All right. We've got the little test 45 or set punch 75 hooked up, and we are going to test the 5 we built. So I've got a header in here that allows me to plug these in, and then we will power it up. And over to the side here, I've got the speaker wires hanging out, and might be able to get a little shot of that. Let's see if we can do, yeah. And so I'll be going from one set. I got them very separated here. So need a little bit of music going. The amp comes on. I'm going to clip it. It's playing nice. Excellent. We'll shut the amp off. And that one will turn that way. It is good. Go to the next one. Fire up the amp again. That one's good. I've played this music about 100 times, so I know what it's supposed to sound like. It's copyright free. Excellent. Alright. Another one in here. That one's good. Ugh. And the last one here. Let's go 5 for 5 for once. Last, now I did have to. I don't know if the video. I don't know if I had video. I had a couple of resistors that had to be moved over, and two chips that had to be straightened out. Excellent. That means we can get these out and stick them in some anti-static pad. Shut off the power. Oh, somewhere screwdriver. There we go. And we can get a few more pads. There we are. We're just working away at it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll keep working on these, and they'll be available soon. It takes a lot of work to do them, but it's going to be worth it, because a whole bunch of guys are going to have their Punch 45s, 75s, and 150 HD amps all working. So give a like, a thumbs up, and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so we are going to want to fix some amps, but I promised two things. So one was that we need to show some amps playing
for replacing the factory style card that is all bad with one of my PIM cards. And then the other was we had this Punch 45 that we don't know anything about. We talked about putting the oil on there to remove the screws. I'm going to go ahead and get a little drop more on here. Whoa, I'm dripping everywhere. Straight out the bat. Let's grab a Q-tip and see if we can suck some of that up and get that on there. Get a couple more drips onto here. There we go. You can do it pointed, you can do it anyway. I've let oil set on this, and I didn't take it out specifically for this video because I promised everybody I would not open this thing without opening it on camera, and so I'm getting to it here. Here we go. Let's suck up that oil. Tiny bit alcohol. Alcohol's hard to come by right now. Isopropyl alcohol anyway. And somewhere, hang on, let me grab my outrageous. Alright, so we're going to break it free real gentle. Oh, this is the one we broke free. Okay, I was about to say, I knew there was one that we did as an example. And if I remember correct, the original factories of these are 440 thread and they're 1/2 inch long. And I don't see my little measure. These look to be a little bit longer, maybe 5/8, but here we go. Let's see if we break it. There. Now I'm going to just wiggle it back and forth, ever so slightly. Get that lube in there, and bam, then you'll feel it kind of free up. But boy, they like to snap. So they're 440 thread. I believe the factory originals are 1/2 inch long, but you can always, if you get one, and I got this other one here that I've shown you that has some broken ones, and I'm going to do a video on getting those out. Here we go. Oh boy, that one's really tight. Let's get in this one. That one's really tight too. We're going to add more oil. I'll just clean this off the heat sink when I get a minute. Penetrating oil is good to do this with. Sometimes you can start by trying to tighten, and it's real easy to break. We may break one. Oh, there it moved just a little. You didn't even hear it, but I seen it, and now I'm just going to wiggle it back and forth to get that lube in there. And man, when you get that tiniest bit of movement, you got to stop. Because like I said, they're easy to break. I wasn't lying, not fibbing. Get these suckers out of here. Anyway, if yours originally had the 1/2 inch or whatever in it, and you do break one, and once you cut it free, if you have kind of gently messed up the threads a little bit getting it free, and you'll see that whenever we go to cut these out, it's easy to bump your threads. You can always get like a 5/8 one or a 3/4, and even run a little tap in here there it moved. That, and I'm going to work it through that hard spot. That is all 4 of them. Real careful, like we got them free. Yeah, baby. Oh, happy days. So the other thing we have to take free is the knobs here on the side, and they just pull straight up, and they're just a D with a little spring clip in there, D shape to pull out. So get those pulled straight up, and now we should be able to raise this back end up and slide it that way, and we have the amp. And it looks beautiful on the inside, except for the shrink wrap for this cap. It's completely off the thing, so it's been pretty warm there, at least warm enough to pop that shrink wrap off. And hey, I have not seen this style yet. The PIM. Oh my goodness, that PIM looks beautiful. Oh, I have not seen the style where it's mostly green but it's got white corners. So this is a different manufacturer than all the others I've got. See the back side of the board? Same way. From the looks of it, I don't think those caps have leaked, which is just amazing. We got a bunch of oil right here. We need to clean that up. Not all over the place. So called me thoroughly impressed. I'm a little, that's just a paint fleck. I'm a little suspect about this cap. It does not have the crisscross in it to let it vent, so I wonder if it's vented some out of the bottom, but I don't necessarily see. There's some dust and junk in there. There might be a little bit electrolytic leak, but it looks pretty good. One thing we can do is we look at the plate and it tells us B plus and ground here. So this should be ground, this should be B plus. We're going to take our multimeter. We're going to do what we do every time. We're going to put your black on ground and the red on positive, and we're going to watch this, and this should climb in numbers and go to a 1 just like it is there. So and it sometimes will beep if they're bigger caps, but bam, and it climbed up. So on bigger caps it'll take a little longer for it to climb, and on big amps it takes it longer. That tells me that power is probably okay. We got a resistor hanging out here that was just like kind of touching there. I don't know what that's all about. There's a little bitty spider in there, a dead one. So let's grab another one. This is the one with the broken screws in it. Let's just make a little comparison. Place to set this down. So this one definitely has, and let me make sure I've got my glasses on, has all the corrosion from where these caps have leaked. And you can see this style of board. And so we are going to do a little side-by-side comparing. So this resistor, I ain't got a clue. I'm gonna have to look it up why that was there, and it's just kind of touching and it ain't going nowhere because there's nothing here. This cap is the same as this one, which is should be 25 volt, 330 microfarad. Is that what it says on this paper? 25 volt, 330 microfarad. It does set up on the board a little bit, and there's all kinds of cobwebs in here. gonna have to clean these out with the brush. So that one's setting up. That makes sense there a little bit. Okay, well, it's kind of fun. I wish there was necessarily a manufacturing date to see how the caps are going to be different colors here, but they're going to be the same value. They used green and red enameled wire. You know, we've got different manufacturing of boards. This one's got the chips on each side. This one's got all the chips on the same side. Same with these boards. They've got all the transistors and everything all on this side, and just resistors on the back of the board. This one, different style. It's got stuff on both sides of the board. So, to show you a better comparison, I have one of this style, which this is the protection board. Right here, let's make sure I orient it correctly. Okay, so just like that. So if you want to see the difference between the way they're laid out, and then if you look at the back side, that one's all resistors, but this one's all these parts. So they had different revisions of these. They had actually a couple different manufacturers, I think, make them. All the same, moved around, changed around. But this one's board looks fantastic, and I'm to the point I want to very carefully remove those two caps and replace them with new so they don't leak, and make sure that's clean. And then I'm not sure if this happened because of heat, if it was ran hard. I might remove this cap and pull it, but I think what we could have here is I'm real nervous to power this one up. I don't really want to put electricity through those caps and make them all of a sudden start leaking and ruin that beautiful board. It's rare to get a original board from the factory that still works. Like I said, most of them are going to look like this, and they're going to have all this stuff. I think I can add. Like I said, my garage computer. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now you can see all that corrosion right in there. All that turned black, all that there on those caps. And we don't have that at all. Wait for it to focus up in the corner there. We don't have any of that on this one. So, might be a fantastic comparison between what they sound like if we run this one, and I may check these off camera real quick, because I'm going to run this one for certain, because I want you to hear how it sounds, and then I'm going to replace it with my PIM card. But I may just fix this one, and then I should have a Punch 75 besides my test one, and a Punch 150, but the Punch 150 needs some additional work. But I don't want to run this yet until I figured out this resistor setup here. It's got two additional resistors. One goes in there, one in there. I want to see what revision, because this is goofy that this is out of there. So I don't know. I don't know what those are. I'm a little concerned about that. May be fine, but I know that is not fine floating around out there. So we'll see. I'll do a little research, and we'll answer all those questions in the next episode. And we're going to play at least this amp, and so you can hear what it sounds like, and then we'll replace this card over here. and that way I can be cleaning on the amp and stuff. And while I've got this amp out of the heatsink and we replace this, I'll try to shoot video of fixing the screw holes, and then we'll play it with it replaced. And then this one I will figure out because of that, and then I think I'm going to want to try to carefully replace those. So really cool. This came from Beat King Car Audio. I got this from Beat King, and so this may be kind of my gem right here. This one may be sweet. Kind of the wall hanger that's all factory good. It's a little goofy on the power supply chip. It's a little crooked. A little quality control issue there, but kind of neat. All right. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the little notification bell if you want to see more. I'm slowly getting my act together, and life's getting a little less crazy, and I'm hardcore focused on trying to get a few more of these videos done, even with all the computer problems and hard drive dying problems that I've had. So alrighty, thanks for watching.